My point is this, that the church, Anglican Church, should keep off politics and purely focus on their purpose to pray for us.
Are you for real?
To pray for us. This is my point. You'll have your say. Because why am I saying this?
You can't speak like
church has been used as a podium for politicians. It should be a uniting place. Church will not look at the church of the Lord on what is happening. That goons today can invade the church of the Lord because a finance bill is there. We have to go back to a conversation.
What has the church done that you don't like?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying the church, and that is why I told you, even immediately what came into my mind when I heard that a church has been attacked was that probably there was a sermon that was going on, and the church has been attacked.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much, guys, for your greatest support. Happy Monday. We are entering into another new week, a week of surprises, a week where the president or the prefect of Africa is deciding to go to France to represent or to represent 54 countries in Africa. Saying that Africa must be respected, and there are a lot of things that must happen in Africa. You know, it is surprising that William Ruto is going to France to represent Africa, yet his country is burning. Very surprising. But of course, we are not surprised, because that is one thing that he normally does. He keeps on walking, keeps on running away from his responsibilities as the president, saying that, you know, he's going out, is going to benefit Kenya. Today in the morning on Citizen TV, I was listening to several people. I was listening to Nelson Koech. Nelson Koech is the one that I really listened to. And I was like, what is this guy saying? You know, there is no way these people will wake up or will just tell us or will decide to say that churches should keep off from politics.
What's your point, Mheshimiwa?
My point is this, that the church, Anglican Church, should keep off politics and purely focus on their purpose to pray for us.
Are you for real, Mheshimiwa?
To pray for us. This is my point. You'll have your say. Because why am I saying this?
You can't speak like
church has been used as a podium for politicians. Listen, Sam, and I'm a Christian. But every time I go to church, I don't speak politics. But then churches have become an avenue for politicians to advance their agenda. Sometimes the agenda is probably negative. Church should be a uniting place. Church will not look at the church of the Lord on what is happening. That goons today can invade the church of the Lord because a finance bill is there. We have to go back to a conversation.
What has the church done that you don't like?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying the church. And that is why I told you, even immediately what came into my mind when I heard that a church has been attacked was that probably there was a sermon that was going on, and the church has been attacked.
Let's talk. Let's have this conversation once and for all, because at the end of the day, if we don't talk about this, there is nobody who's going to talk about it. Yesterday, cathedral, that is Anglican, was attacked by goons. There are some people that were injured. Olesapit talked about it. I think we'll do that video probably after this. And then today in the morning, Nelson Koech is saying that Anglican Church should keep off from politics and focus on their purpose. Now, let's talk about this. Nelson Koech is saying that church, especially Anglican, should keep off politics. So it means that politicians should also keep off churches. Now, let us reason. Wanasiasa wanasema kwamba makanisa ama kanisa la Anglikano waachane na mambo na siasa kabisa. Nami nasema hivi, wakati ambapo mnataka kanisa la Anglikano waachane na siasa, basi bila shaka nyinyi pia kama wanasiasa simwache kuenda kwa hizi makanisa. why can you also stop going to this church? Because when you go to church, or the moment you go to church, that is where now this goonism starts. That is where now all these issues. And I normally ask, why is it that these people are normally given credits kuongea kwa these TV stations? Because you realize that there is nothing constructive that they say. Hakuna kitu ambacho hawa watu wanasema ambacho kinaweza kikasaidia watu. There is nothing constructive that these people normally say. I'm saying that without any clear contradiction. That people like Nelson Koech, and that is why they keep on supporting shoot to kill. Aya, unasikia Koech anasema kwamba makanisa churches should keep off from politics, right? Aya. Murkomen is saying that Murkomen is talking about issues to do with the church, and he's saying that shida ambayo tuko nayo saa hii ni ya kwamba watoto hawajui memory verses, watoto hawaendi makanisa. That is why kuna goons. That is why watoto wanachoma. So mmoja anasema kwamba kanisa lisiingie kwa siasa. Mwingine anasema kwamba haya mambo ambayo yanafanyika siasa yanafanyika kwa sababu makanisa watu waendi kanisa. So which is which? Let us be realistic here. Let us be real. Let us be realistic. People like Nelson Koech, I don't know why people like Nelson Koech are normally being given credit to keep on talking. To keep on talking about things that, hata mwenyewe unaangalia tunaona kwamba this one inayo hapana. Inayo hapana. I would like to give you chance to listen to this conversation between Nelson Koech, Reverend Canon Evans Omolo. We also had this man by the name Gujiri, that is a member of parliament. I want you to listen to their conversation, and then after listening to their conversation, fellow Kenyans, you'll also tell me what to think at the comment section. What do you really think? Do you really think that these people should continue to be given continue to be given credit to be talking about this thing that they're talking about in these platforms? On this, because they're given credit, they're given chance to say challenges, to say things that are affecting people, but they don't do that. They talk about issues. They're talking about things that when you ski on the what is going on? Why are these people like this? Please let me know what you think, but please, first of all, can you watch this and then tell me what you think at the comment section?
But yes, you say that there's a person who was issued with an identity card in 2022, but the same person was issued with a Kenyan passport in April 2024. So just to show you that at that time there was an administration change.
Yeah, but if you have a Kenyan ID, what denies you the opportunity to get a passport? Why didn't they start with the person who issued the ID? Why will you come? Look at it presented. How to apply for a Kenyan passport is, first of all, you must confirm that you're a Kenyan. The only way to confirm that you're a Kenyan is to have a national ID.
There's no extra layer of vetting that goes on.
There is vetting that is done by the National Intelligence Service. But I'm sure the same vetting will have been done before issuance of the ID. That is what happened.
That's what I'm asking. If you're applying for a passport and you have an identity card, there's no extra vetting that will go to establish that actually what was done at the identity card level was authentic.
It should be done. I mean, it's a process. That is actually what I was trying to explain about the process. National Intelligence Service will be, at every stage of issuance of these very vital documents, be involved. But all I'm saying is that if the National Intelligence Service then in 2022 found it proper to issue an ID to this individual, what will deny the Director of National Immigration, what will she use to deny the same person an opportunity to own a passport? There is no reason whatsoever. And that is why I'm saying, if the lazy journalist will have even just scratched beneath the surface, they will have realized that the information they are giving directly implicates their master.
Unfortunately, the journalist is not here, but I just want us to focus on the issues raised, because this is about credibility of a nation and the document issuing system. I don't know, this issue continues. How do you arrest it? Because we are approaching, in August, it will be 1 year to the election, and it's proven to be a nightmare. How are we supposed to resolve an issue that is already being contested by those in office, including yourself as the chairperson of the committee that is in charge of intelligence? Was it known that such a thing would actually happen at the outset?
I don't know. Looking at, you've heard what Provost and Anita have said. It was unexpected. I don't think they expected that it was going to happen. I'm hoping that arrests.
Ordinarily, would the intelligence know? The NIS that you oversight?
That's why NIS should be there. Of course, they are not necessarily everywhere every time, but they should have avenues of finding. I mean, when a group of 2, 3, 4, 5, by the time they get to 10, to the numbers that were able to kick out people from that event, then it tells you that there should have been enough information at that.
And is there a
point.
demand for accountability? Because
there should be, and let me tell you.
Just hold on. If you have to look at the budget of 2026-2027, National Intelligence Service is being funded up to 64 billion shillings. And Kenya should expect something from them to be protected. They
have not gotten the money yet.
They will get.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's not like they're coming from zero.
All I'm saying,
50-something.
Yeah, so that I don't lose the chain of thoughts of what you've asked me. Number one, the politicians are the biggest problem when it comes to goons. Forget about what happens at All Saints, because we've spoken about that. All I'm telling you is that every politician in this country are financing goons. We should start with the politicians themselves. Myself, Honorable Ngogoyo, everyone seems to have. If I visited Honorable Ngogoyo's constituency today,
how do you recruit yours?
Okay, I know I will be manned by his goons that support him, that are probably against the person is going to run against in this election. So the same goons are slowly ballooning. And why do we have so many goons in this country? It is because we have part of the national security. In fact, when you are taken into the issues that are of concern and are going to prick our national security, one of them is the ballooning population of young people that we need to address. And this administration is trying as much as possible to address that. So if we are not able to address the issue of unemployed young people, they will always be there for a fee to support politicians. By the way, let me tell you, rallies, I've gone to rallies.
Just before, you're saying a lot of things at the same time. You're saying that if you went to his constituency, you'd have to hire his goons.
Not hire. He's the one who will send me his goons
so tell me
to
how
take
that
me
works.
to the venue. Okay?
Tell me how it works.
And he knows, that is why he's laughing. This is what happens. Every politician needs people who cheer you up. Somehow the same group of people become extremely aggressive if an opponent also came with those who they support.
Yeah.
So it becomes an issue of confrontation if the two of them meet in an event. And that is why you find every politician seems to have a number of young people who accompany them. People who probably are looking for favors or some small token.
So a cheering squad, you call it?
A cheering squad.
Sam, this is one of the most difficult topics to ever talk on media. Because we've been attacked many times. We have come out to say why we have been attacked, how we have been attacked. I was at the Wetima Church when the attack happened. I was at Limuru when we were attacked. I have been in several meetings that we have been attacked by the state. Well attacked by the state. Now, specifically on this one, what worries? First of all, there was no finance bill. They were going to discuss about a budget that was read a day before.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa.
It was within their right to speak about that budget.
Correct.
Remember, under Article 223, there was a lot of borrowing that has been done that was not declared. So for people to gather anywhere to talk about the budget that was read, actually that is a conversation that the whole country should be in. Number two, the finance bill is coming tomorrow, so prepare. If there is because you're talking about the finance bill, that's another issue that people will meet, and they could meet at All Saints Cathedral. The worst part of all this, Sam, the same people who are seen at state gatherings, individuals, well analyzed by Citizen TV, people who are seen accompanying PSS, accompanying certain members of parliament, the same people were seen at All Saints Cathedral. They were marked, several of them. Individuals, well known. The motorbikes that they used are registered under certain people. Then a juvenile CS comes out to say that this... Sorry, juvenile? What do you mean?
You see, that it's
that
very...
a fair term?
Actually, it's a describing word. It's just easy as it's a describing.
But you were getting itchy when I was also using the same words here.
And allow me
they
to
interrupted me severally.
That the CS goes ahead to give a statement that we know there have been people allied to politicians. Come on. These are people who attacked a church. And first of all, let me tell you, I have a problem with the police who were in that church that day. Because these people came in, the police saw them, they removed them out. They went around, they attacked people outside the church,
then went and then came back later, meaning the police had a signal that they could have been certain danger. Now, a proper police officer should have given an alert that we have a meeting here, we saw people, they should have asked either for reinforcement or something. The worst part of the incident that you see on camera is that the person who was caught up there, he says that it is the person who read the budget before. And in my position, that must be CS Mbadi. He says that on camera. It's very, very, very sad. And I can tell you something. The people who are against this government, either by saying the truth, giving a divergent opinion, are the people who are being attacked. Now it's not just politicians, it is anybody who has an opinion. And what I can tell you, the private sector, the civil society, they had a number of issues that they have been raising from inception. That one, the borrowing of this country has gone to about 113% more than what was there before. When you do the percentage, it is about 13,000% more that has ever been borrowed in this country. Sorry. And Article 2 to 3.
What did you say?
13,000%.
13,000.
When you compute in terms of percentage.
How do you
that is an issue. I think you can go just see the budget deficit.
Yes.
Look at what they borrowed under Article 2223.
Yeah.
It's even in the newspaper today. I think you can you can see you'll see the figure. We're coming to it. So what I want to say, Sam,
completely inaccurate.
In my opinion,
I'll lecture him after you finish it.
In my opinion, you can only lecture your juniors, not me.
You're my
giving
junior.
An opinion.
You're my junior. You're one term.
Surely.
What are you saying?
Koech.
But he's my junior.
But Koech.
I've been in parliament longer than he has.
Were you there?
Yes, I was on the sidelines, then later I joined them when the incident happened. But some, it's really unfortunate that people who swear with the Constitution to protect the integrity of that Constitution would be suspected to be part of hiring goons to disrupt an innocent, non-political public gathering that is basically enhancing what government should be doing, which is civic education, opening up people's minds to know what is their role in creating a framework of accountability around budget. So as goons are hired to come into a church, it tells us that somebody has an agenda. And so for me first, I would want to ask, what was the agenda of the financiers and the mobilizers of these goons? What did they want to achieve? What was their end game by attacking a church, for that matter? But then secondly, we want to ask the security agencies to tell us who owns these goons, who sent them, and who financed them. And you see, why I'm saying that is because the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and Security did mention yesterday that these goons belong to politicians. And I want to really ram that in a little bit. You are the minister in charge of security. You know that your former colleagues who are politicians own goons. We saw that happen at ACK Kirema and Nyeri when they attacked a church where there was opposition. We saw what happened to Senator Otsotsi in Kisumu, goons. We saw what happened to All Saints on Friday. Yet a minister appears on TV and on record and says these people are owned by politicians. No one has been held to account. No one has been arrested. No one has been charged. Nobody has told us anything. So what is going on? And we want to ask Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen that if himself or the Inspector General of Police or anyone else are so fearful of the owners of the goons, then they'd rather let Kenyans know that from now on you'll be defending yourselves because we do not have control over these goons. Even if we deploy police officers, they overrun the police officers. It's a very unfortunate thing. And of all the things, to attack a monumental religious installation in the name of All Saints Cathedral. You know, when you're growing up, Mzee would have girls, but there's a home that you knew. Hey, that Mzee's home, even though he has beautiful girls, you're usifikie. And you can see they've touched a live wire. It is unfortunate that this thing has happened, and we want to condemn it. We want to demand accountability. We want to demand naming of people who are behind this, because definitely politicians